Revenge.
Why do we crave revenge? Why does it feel so satisfying yet so dangerous? Hi, welcome to the presentation on the topic Psychology of Revenge. I'm Priscilla Phillips.
And I'm Peter Nason.
We're the pre-service year 3 students of the University of Goroka undertaking the course Educational Psychology. Please stay tuned for more. The psychology of revenge refers to a strong emotional reaction that has been present since ancient times. It involves the instinct to retaliate um, against someone who has caused you pain, betrayal, humiliation. This emotional reaction can be experienced in various settings like in personal relationship, among co-workers, students, between different family members, or even between communities or countries. Also, revenge. Have you ever been wrong and wished to you could punish the offender? Well, you're not alone. This instinct to punish those who have harmed us is inherent in the human nature. A key question to consider is what triggers the desire for revenge. The motivation for revenge arises when we feel wrong. Psychologically, studies have shown that revenge is a natural response of the brain's reward system, which drives us to seek correction for the injustice we have experienced. I do not wish to encourage or further strengthen the idea of revenge, but it's natural to have the feeling to want to punish someone who has wronged us. So let's dive in. Why do people take or seek revenge? There are many reasons as to why people seek revenge. For example, a boy may tease a girl, and in retaliation, the girl may swear back and criticize him. In the girl's mind, she may think, if I don't do anything, he may take advantage and continue to tease me. So the reason she seeks revenge or talk back is because she wants to regain control of herself. That's one reason, for fear of being vulnerable or being attacked again. Others pursue revenge often feel compelled to achieving justice or fairness. They may seek to regain power. Revenge is not just about retaliation, it's about regaining power. Impact of revenge. How does revenge impact our mental state? A study carried out by a Swiss researcher revealed that when individuals who have been wronged think about revenge, there is an increased neural activity in the cortex nucleus of the brain, an area tied to processing rewards. Planning revenge leads to an increase of a chemical known as dopamine from the brain's reward system, which generate feelings of pleasure and temporary sense of equilibrium, much like the effort of drugs on addictive behaviors. Consider a scenario where the stress of academic or work leads you to drink alcohol to elevate this process. Initially, this may provide relief and distract you from your current situation or problem. However, once the effects fade, you may find your problem or issue more overwhelming than before. Similarly, while dopamine's release may temporarily satisfy the desire for revenge, it can also trigger craving for more, activating the neural pathway associated with rewards. Initially, revenge may appear fulfilling, but what are the long term consequences of the harm inflicted on others?
The effect of revenge. According to Andreas 2020, victims of the interpersonal transgression often seek revenge by punishing the offender or making him suffer. Pertinent theorizing in psychology as focus on what exactly motivates the victims to seek revenge, whether and when taking revenge has hedonic benefits for the victims, and whether revenge seeking inhibits or facilitates a victim's willingness to forgive. In most of the studies, taking revenge was one shot behavior in which the avenger was unaware of how the offender reacted towards being punished. In real life interactions, behavior, such interactions are often immediately visible to the avenger and they may arguably have an impact on the offender's behavior. For instance, whether they continue or stop punishing the offender. To date, it is unknown which kind of reaction from the offender appease the avenger most. This is a relevant question. Addressing it contributes to a better understanding of the escalation of wasteful interaction, and it can help to give practical advices on how to behave appropriately in such interaction. The cost of revenge. According to McCullough, Bella, Kilpatrick, and Johnson, 2001, Seldick, Madison, and Anisman, 2007, a growing body of research reveals that a vengeful disposition is related to a variety of adverse psychological outcomes. These undesirable outcomes include greater negative effects and depression, as well as reduced life satisfaction. Being vengeful or wanting to get back at people is linked to a lot of bad feelings and experiences. People who are more vengeful often feel sadness and depression. They also tend to be less happy with their lives in general. Basically, holding on to desire for revenge adds you more than it adds the person you want to get even with. Strong desire for revenge and a greater willingness to act on this desire have also been associated with post-traumatic stress disorder symptoms and psychiatric morbidity. That's according to Kajo, Kaisia, Gotway, and Agani 2003. When people have strong feelings of vengefulness or a desire to get back at others, it's linked to a variety of negative mental health outcomes. These include experiencing more sadness and depression, having less overall satisfaction with life, and being more likely to suffer from symptoms of post traumatic stress disorder and other psychiatric illness. In a longitudinal investigation, reduction in revenge motivations on a given day were related to a greater life satisfaction, more positive moods, and fewer psychosomatic symptoms the following day. That is what according to Bono, McCullough, and Ruth 2008. In a long-term study, when people felt less like getting revenge on a particular day, they tended to be happier, more positive, and have fewer physical health issues like headache or stomach ache the very next day. This suggests that letting go of revenge feeling can quickly lead to an improvement in both your mental and physical well-being. The benefit of revenge. According to an evolutionary psychologist, revenge serves three adaptive functions. First, the mere possibility of revenge deters potential transgressors. Individuals with reputation for being vengeful are less likely to be victimized because the potential costs are high. When people think someone might seek revenge, it can stop them from doing bad things. This is because they don't want to face the consequences. Second, if a transgression does occur, Revenge deters further harm by penalizing wrongdoing. If someone does something bad, revenge can stop them from doing it again. When they face consequences for their actions, they might think twice before hitting someone else. And finally, revenge fosters cooperation by preventing individuals from taking advantages of the work carried out by others, like free riding. When people work together, some might try to take advantage of others without contributing themselves. This call free riding. Revenge can stop this from happening. If someone knows they'll face the consequences for not putting or pulling their weight, they are more likely to contribute and cooperate. Revenge ensure everyone does their part, so everyone benefits fairly. This encourages teamwork and fairness. To conclude, revenge is a strong human feelings that comes from being hurt. It makes us want to hurt the person who hurt us to feel better. This can feel good for a little while because we feel like we have control again and justice has been served. However, this feeling doesn't last long and can cause more problems and fighting. It can also make us feel more stressed and angry, um, trapping us in a loop of bad feelings. In the end, even though revenge seems like a good idea, it often causes more pain than it fixes. Forgiving others and letting go is a better choices for our own health and happiness. We can forgive, we can move on from the hurt and feel more peaceful even if the person who hurt us doesn't get what we think they deserve. The study of revenge shows that letting go of the need to get even is a powerful way to truly heal and find freedom from our pain. With that, thank you all for watching.